We will now call the meeting to order. We'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Flores. Douglas. Robert. Rodriguez.
Present.
Singh. Here. Rodriguez.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Tebow.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Costa.
Here.
Murphy.
Present.
Moran. Santana.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Valenti.
Here.
Russell.
Present.
Hamza.
Here.
Nicola. Edwards. Randolph.
Here.
Peter.
Present.
Wilson. Walter Myers.
Here.
Hamilton.
Present.
Marchand.
Here.
Marks.
Here.
Rose. Hogan.
Here.
Mooney.
Present.
Here. I would like to note for the record that order from Board 3 has shown that a quorum has been established. We will now have divine guidance from order from Ward 16.
You may be seated. Good evening, Madam President. Rachel Walker Myers, City Council Member Michael Smart, Kyle Lucas, colleagues, members of the community, leaders, administration. Thank you for being here. It is both an honor and a blessing to once again be in this platform and to always be able to say, glory to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. In everything that you do it for your God. It is an honor to be able to provide them as divine guidance. And as we talk about the path that we hold of public servants, let us be ever mindful of the responsibility we carry to serve the best interests of our residents. Together, we can continue to move the Hayward forward toward a stronger, more unified city, one that celebrates the richness of cultural fabric and a beautiful diversity. I encourage each of you to lay aside any personal differences and embrace the power of collaboration. When we work in harmony, we can accomplish so much more than we could ever go on. And for those who may be tempted to sow a seed of division or work in shadows against one another, remember, God sees it all. And as the old saying goes, God don't like ugly. Tonight I invite you, all of you, to turn a new leaf. To be able to come together and talk about any misunderstandings, disagreements, or offenses. And to be able to take a moment to forgive and heal. Scripture reminds us that we forgive not just once, but we're all doing our best to forgive 70 times 7. Remember, nobody's perfect. But if we work together, we will strive to give our very best to our constituents. And if you can lend a hand, do so with compassion. And if your words do not uplift, perhaps silence may be the better choice. Let this be a reminder that we are a team. And if that truth has slipped from your mind, let this be your callback. Now is a time for unity, for collaboration, for support, and support of one another. Have each other's back. Speak the truth and hold your head high. If we cannot do that, then we're showing the limits of our leadership. To those among us who have sought personal and professional growth through education, certification, or greater commitment to service, let us honor and celebrate those strides. Your victory is my victory, as mine is yours. That is the essence of community. And finally, let us not forget the golden rule. To do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And you always carry that. And we lead with integrity, may we serve with humility, and may we walk with purpose. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you. I would like to note for the record that order from Ward 22 has joined us, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President, and good evening. With approval of the journal of the March 19, 2025 Board of Alders meeting.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Are there any corrections to the journal? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under unanimous consent, I ask you to see item number 1 from Alders Villa, Denty, Debbie Smith, Festa, Kupo, and Carl Santana, submitting a request to approve a rolling closure of James Street on Wilcox Street to Grand Avenue between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. to accommodate the Fairhaven Day Parade on May 3rd, 2025. After the parade concludes at Fairhaven School, the closure of Grand Avenue will extend from Ferry Street to Atwater Street until 5 p.m. to accommodate the festival.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 15.
Thank you, Madam President. This is our 3rd year with the revival of Fairhaven Day. Those of you who don't know, it's a long-standing Fairhaven festival and parade. May 3rd, parade at 12, festival from 1 to 5. Again, our 3rd year, and we pulled up 2,500 people average over the last 2 years. We encourage everyone to come out, and I encourage my colleagues to support this item. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent item number 2 from the hospital head to order tax refunds April 7, 2025.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent item number 3 from the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer, submitting an order of the Board of Alders approving the closure of Front Street between Piermont Street and Exchange Street on Saturday, May 17, 2025, to host the annual Family Stroll and Festival.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes majority.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 4 from the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer submitting an order approving the closure of Elm Street between Park Street and Broadway on Saturday, October 11, 2025 for the New Haven Talk Art Festival.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 5 from the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer submitting an order approving the closures of College Street between Grove, Elm Street, College Street between Elm and Chapel Street, and High Street between Elm and Chapel. Will be closed for Yale's graduation ceremony from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Monday, May 19, 2025. Additionally, Cedar Street will be closed between York Street and Amistad Street, Washington Avenue between Cedar Street and Gold Street, and Amistad Street between Cedar Street and Gold Street from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday, May 19, 2025. For the Yale School of Medicine commencement ceremony, College Street will also be closed between Elm and Chapel Streets on Sunday, May 18, 2025 for Class A.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 6 from the Chief of Police to make a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of New Haven to accept funds from the Connecticut Department of Transportation in an amount not to exceed $48,000 to conduct distracted driving roving patrols throughout the city of New Haven.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 7 from the Chief of Police submitting a resolution authorizing the mayor of New Haven to accept funds from the Connecticut Department of Transportation not to exceed $15,611.44 to conduct field sobriety checks and DUI checkpoints throughout the city of New Haven.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 8 from the Director of Community Resilience submitting a resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the city of New Haven to apply for and accept and implementing a public health approach to address community gun violence grant from the Connecticut Department of Public Health in the amount of $1 million to increase capacity and funding for the New Haven Violence Prevention Initiative.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on item number 9 from the pastor or Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church submitting an order to rename the corner of Temple and Chapel Street as Bishop Samuel Lawrence Green Senior Way for April 10 and April 11, 2025, the days of the annual conference of the First Episcopal District of the African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent on items 10 through 26. And here we go. 10, from Crystal Bell, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 54220, 80959, 54249, and 52451. 11, from Charissa Figueroa Velasquez, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account number 67553. 12, from Janice Gist, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account number 85614. 13, from Tammy Green, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 70911 and 71864. 14, from Cabrera Hill, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account number 74415, 74416, 74417, 73189, 73190, and 73191. 15, from Venetia Cote, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account number 79204. 16, from Amanda Morier, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account number 86044. 17, from Bernardo Roland the fifth, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 96282 and 96229. 18, from Bernardo Roland, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 90765 and 94251. 19, from Melissa Salgado, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 95241 and 95242. 20, from Tara Scott, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 96626, 96627, and 93959. 21, from Deanna Strain, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 99206, 99207, 99208, 101571, 101572, and 10184. 22, from Jerry J. Teo, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 91724 and 102621. 23, from Tajani T. Watson, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account numbers 96470, 106124, and 106831. 24, Paris Whitaker has submitted a petition to the Board of Alders for assistance concerning their property taxes for account number 107723. 25, from Robert Wilkins and Ashley Wilkins have submitted a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account number 836930. And 26, from Robert Williams, submitting a petition to the Board of Alders seeking assistance regarding property taxes for account number 108308.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Rodriguez.
I move these items.
Second.
The items have been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
Good evening, Madam President. Thank you. These are 18 residents that are looking for assistance with the interest, and we're able to waive those interests. They're welcome to pay their taxes in full, and they're able to pay their taxes in full, bringing us a total of $10,746.19. I urge this body to approve these items. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. On communication, I move items 27 through 52. Under first readings, I move items 53 through 55. Bringing us to second readings, number 56, City Services and Environmental Policy favorable. I move items A and B. A, order the Board of Alders designating the corner of Sherman Parkway and Harding Place as Cameron's Corner to commemorate and honor the vibrant life of Cameron Gale, a dedicated cheerleader and source of inspiration for countless young individuals in the community. I'll just move that item.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, March 6, 2025, the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee met, and we would like to favorably recommend this corner naming. Ms. Karen Muka Gale was born in New Haven on August 11, 2004, to her father, the late Maxie Valentine Gale, Mike, and her mother, Elizabeth Robinson. Her outgoing personality, love, and genuine care for all was admired by many young people in the community. She was a senior at Cooperative Arts and Humanities Magnet School, where she was in dance, and she was a dedicated cheerleader at Hillhouse High School and on the Fusion Drill Team. She was an unwavering source of inspiration, touching the lives of countless individuals through her vibrant spirit, kindness, and commitment to uplifting others. Cameron Gale leaves a legacy of positivity and community engagement that continues to resonate with those who have the privilege of knowing her, and she will forever be remembered for her beautiful smile and her personality. Her mom is here tonight, Ms. Elizabeth Robinson, as well as her friend Cheyenne Dawson, who was in the car when Cameron was tragically killed. And tonight we honor Cameron for everything that she's done and the inspiration that she gave her community. She's also here with a family friend, Ms. Roxanne McCabe, and I ask that my colleagues vote favorably for this corner name. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Ward 21.
Thank you, Madam President. I also stand in support of corner name Sherman Avenue and Harding Place. Cameron Gale, a vibrant young woman who's going too soon. I ask all my colleagues to support this, and as Alderman Festa has previously stated, her mom, Elizabeth Robinson, and loved ones are here tonight in support of it. I ask for everyone to vote in favor of this. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 56B, resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the mayor of the city of New Haven to apply for and accept the materials management infrastructure grant from the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection to construct a food scrap diversion sorting facility and to enter into associated agreements to accept grant funding and to carry out the associated grant program.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order for Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. On Thursday, March 6, 2025, the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee met, and we would like to favorably recommend this item. This grant, if awarded, actually was awarded, would be used to build a food scrap sorting facility. This would allow New Haven residents to place their food scraps in special colored bags in their toters with regular household trash. Once at the sorting facility, the food scraps would be sorted out and used to create compost and biogas. The funding from Connecticut Deep's Material Management Infrastructure Grant would help New Haven by recycling these food scraps, which make up 20 to 25% of trash. And diverting food scraps from the waste stream can help mitigate the financial risk of rising tipping fees, improve our air quality, and provide soil building nutrients. And I urge my colleagues to support this item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 57, finance favorable A, ordinance amendment to Title 3 of the City of New Haven's Code of Ordinances regarding Chapter 28, taxation, adding Section 28-25, entitled Revised Depreciation Schedules for the Assessment of Motor Vehicles.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The state of Connecticut recently changed methods for assessing automobile values, and this has produced a lower estimated tax revenue for the city in the next tax year. However, state law does allow municipalities to adopt a revised depreciation schedule, and in doing this, will mitigate the anticipated reduction in tax revenue. The Finance Committee heard this item on March 10th and voted to recommend approval. I encourage colleagues to vote in support of the motion. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is an ordinance amendment. Will have the city council clerk take the roll?
Flores. Douglas.
Yes.
Robert.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Singh.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Slavin.
Yes.
Cooper.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Murphy.
Yes.
Durant. Santana.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Regency.
Yes.
Fresco.
Yes.
Hamza.
Yes.
Cola. Edwards. Adamant. Streeter.
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes.
Walker Myers.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Marks.
Yes.
Furlow.
Yes.
Hogan.
Yes.
Wingate. Smith.
Yes.
Is there anyone who haven't voted wishing to vote? Is there anyone who have voted wishing to change their vote? Seeing none, item passes majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 57, B and C, finance favorable order approving the amendment to a legal service agreement with the law firm of Bertram Moses and Devlin, increasing the maximum compensation from $99,000 to $198,000 from FY 2024 through 2025, line item 11331010-56696. C, order to read and file the updated budgetary and financial reports for the month of January of 2025 in compliance with Article 8, Section 5 of the Charter.
Second.
The items have been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. Item B, Corporation Council requests authorization to increase the maximum amount of its legal service agreement with Bertram, Moses, and Devlin. This firm does much important work for the city, especially in regards to grievances, lawsuits, and contract negotiations related to our public safety departments. The Finance Committee heard this item on March 10th and voted to recommend approval. I ask colleagues to vote to approve this request. Item C is a read and file item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
I abstain.
So noted. Item passed, Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 58, legislation leave to withdraw order of the New Haven Board of Alders granting leave to withdraw to the communication title from the Yale School of the Environment submitting a request to approve a proposed ordinance amendment adding language to the zoning ordinance, City of New Haven, Connecticut, section 43-1, though 43.1-13B, to support biodiversity within the city and in turn, the health and welfare of the population.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion on the leave to withdraw only. I call on order from Ward 8.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, the Legislation Committee heard this item and we request it be given leave to withdraw. The Executive Director from our City Clerk, Bob Brown, explained that the petitioner's amendment would only affect a limited scope of the zoning code, as it only applies to public plazas in the BD3 zone. Additionally, the petitioner did not attempt to present the item. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to give this item leave to withdraw. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the leave to withdraw only? Seeing none, all in favor of giving this item leave to withdraw say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item is withdrawn. Ms. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under miscellaneous, I move item 59, motion to discharge from the chair of the Finance Committee, submitting a motion to discharge the committee from consideration of the following legislative matter and take it up for immediate action. Oh, I should keep reading, shouldn't I? Order of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the Board of Education's collective bargaining agreement with Local 215, Unite Here, AFL-CIO, in accordance with the tentative agreement from July 1, 2024 to June 30, 2028.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. In order to vote on this item before the statutory deadline, this body must take action tonight. For that reason, I urge colleagues to approve the motion to discharge. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none. I call on order from Ward 13. This is just discussion on the motion to discharge.
I'm reading into the record, it's local 217, not 215. I just want to make a certain there.
Thank you. And any further discussion on the motion to discharge? Seeing none, all in favor of discharging the item, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention, the item is discharged. Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the item, Madam President.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The Board of Education requests approval of a ratified contract with United Bureau Local 217, the union that represents the people who feed New Haven public school students. This new collective bargaining agreement increases staff salaries, reduces health benefit costs for the city and the workers, and gives financial incentives for good staff attendance. This agreement follows a pattern of progressive contracts for other Board of Education employees, including teachers and school administrators. Together, these contracts show respect for the staff who make our schools work. The Finance Committee heard this item at a special meeting on Wednesday, April 2nd, and I ask colleagues to vote in favor of the motion to approve the item. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions, the item passes. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 60 from the Chair of Finance Committee, submitting a motion to discharge the committee from consideration of the following legislative matter for the purposes of deeming it a first reading. An amendment to appropriate ordinance number 1 authorizes budget. An amendment to appropriate ordinance number 1 authorizing budget transfer number 133-25-1, which transfers funds from the finance salary account in the amount of $160,000 from the Office of Policy Management and Grant Salary account, $150,000 from the Registrar of Voters other contractual account, $100,000 from the Parks Department salary account, $235,000 from the Department of Health salary account, $100,000 from the Public Works Department salary account, $140,000, and from the Office of Building Inspection and Enforcement salary account, $120,000. These funds are to be transferred to the Corporation Council legal service budget in the amount of $1,005,000 and amend the legal service agreement of Fort Harrison, Halloran, and Sage, Howe and Ludorf, Carson and Talbert, Cheney, Bosio, and Jordan, Milan, and Winot, and Sussman, Duffy, and Segaloff in excess of $150,000.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The Finance Committee did not have a quorum at its special meeting on the 2nd of April, so it's appropriate for the item to be discharged tonight, so may get its first reading. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the motion to discharge only? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions, the item is discharged. Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the item, Madam President. No, I don't move the item. I'm gonna move something. I'm gonna move item 61 from the Chair of the City Services and Environmental Policies, submitting a motion to discharge the committee from consideration of the following legislative matter and take it up for immediate action. Resolution of the New Haven Board of Alders authorizing the city of New Haven to apply for and accept funding through the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development's Innovation Cluster Program.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion on the motion to discharge only. I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. This item was submitted to the Board of Alders on Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Because the grant deadline is Tuesday, April 15th of 2025, there is not enough time to have a second reading. I respectfully request this board discharge this item from committee so we can vote on this grant tonight in time to submit the application. Thank you.
Further discussion on the motion to discharge only. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item is discharged. This majority leader.
I move the item, Madam President.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. At the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee held on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025, Director Michael Piscatelli and Deputy Director Dean Mack appeared before the committee and discussed the importance of applying for this grant. If awarded, this grant will help city stakeholders and partners expand the bioscience clusters in New Haven. The direct grant funding received by the city will help improve the public infrastructure, promenades, bike and pedestrian paths, and streetscape enhancements, allowing the city to align the work with other city projects, including Union Square and the State Street redesign. I urge colleagues to vote favorably to pass this resolution. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. On the motion to amend, I move item 51, for President Walker Myers, submitting the motion to amend LM-2024-0279 regarding the order of the New Haven Board of Alders designating the corner of Grand Avenue and Haven Street as Emma Jones Justice for Malik Corner in perpetuity. The proposed amendment is to change the name to Emma Jones Justice for Malik Way instead of Corner.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item number 52 under motion to amend from Alder Festa, submitting a motion to amend LM-2024-0729 regarding the order to the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven authorizing the acceptance of a donation and release agreement from Kia US Retail LLC with the Board of Education. The proposed amendment is to reflect the additional donation of 250 recycling bins.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. This item was heard back in 2024. IKEA is donating an additional 250 recycling bins. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to suspend section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct a review.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under unanimous consent, I ask you see in item number 53 from Mercedes J. Jackson submitting a petition to the Board of Alders for assistance concerning their property taxes for account number 75115.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, this majority leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. I call on order for Ward 16.
Good evening, Madam President. Thank you. This item is for help with the interest. She's going to pay her taxes full, and we're able to do that this evening. She'll be able to do that. I encourage this item. So thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. On communications, I move items 54 through 61. I move to close suspension of section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct a review.
Second.
The item has been moved in second. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I will now take points of personal privilege. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise to remind colleagues that the next budget meeting will take place in 2 days, on Wednesday, April 9th at 6 p.m. The Finance Committee will hold The Finance Committee will hear public testimony on the mayor's proposed budget for next fiscal year. This will be the second of 3 public hearings on the budget, and I encourage colleagues and public at large to attend. We will be here in chambers. Thank you, Madam President.
Are there any more points? Are there any more points of personal privilege? I call on order from Ward 15.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask my colleagues to rise and Father has enough moment of silence. This week, this past week, my family lost my mother's young sister. My aunt Sandy passed away. She had a long fight with multiple health ailments, and she'll be laid to rest this coming weekend in Vermont. Thank you. Please be seated.
I will now call on order from Ward 10.
Thank you, Madam President. I actually have 2 items. One is, everyone should have received a flyer on their desks. It's regarding the Garden Club of New Haven celebrating 100 years, and they are having a big day of celebration on the green at the New Haven Museum, as well as other areas across the city, buying the Phelps Triangle, Audubon Park. So save the dates for May 10th. The festivities begin at 10 o'clock with a flower show at the New Haven Public Library, and then there will be also activities on the New Haven Green. I hope everyone can come. They're working really, really hard on this event, and it should be fun, and they really want the community to be a part of this. So again, that's with the New Haven Garden Club on May 10th, starting at 10 o'clock through 4:30 p.m. And again, it'll be on and around the green. And then a second, I have to give a shout out to the incredible UConn women's basketball team. I get excited because my kids go there. You know, Alder Chris Presso mentioned in his Divine Guidance team. And in the last 3 weeks, this group of ladies really came through as a UConn team. They struggled in the beginning, so if you follow them, they did struggle a little bit, and then they got it. That light bulb went off, and these girls, they just were amazing, and they were so much fun to watch. And I want to just give a shout out, of course, to Gino Oriana and his team for really being there for these girls. And as we know, coaches are there not only to coach, they're there to mentor. They become part of your family. And a big part of their lives for the rest of their lives. But kudos to Paige Buckners, KK Arnold, Jana El Alfie, Caitlin Chen, Sarah Strong, Ozzy Budd, Ashley Shake, and the entire UConn women's team. You know, some of these women were just powerful and so good, and they represent Connecticut with pride. So shout out to the UConn women's basketball team. Congratulations on their national championship. Woo!
I will now call on order from Ward 29.
Thank you, Madam President. Would y'all please stand with me for a moment of silence for Margaret Taylor, a long family residence in Beaver Hill, was laid to rest today. Thank you. Thank you.
I will now call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. Again, on a more sober note, I'd like to ask that we stand for a moment of silence for the passing of the beloved aunt of our colleague, Alder Troy Streeter, who was laid to rest May Woodson. Thank you.
Are there any more points of personal privilege? I call on order from Ward 3.
Thank you, Madam President. And good evening, colleagues. I just wanted to announce that on April 26th, I will be having a utility hunt, at John C. Daniels, School on Congress Avenue. I have partnered with over 30 motorcycle clubs, locally and also out of state, that would love to come and give back to the community. And I would love for my colleagues to come with their families on April 26th. And we do have a rain date of the 20th. That's it.
Okay, so I didn't see any more hands for points of personal privilege. I would like for everyone to help me welcome our new legislative transcriber, Billy Wilson, and the Deputy Chief of Staff, Haley Vincent. Motion to-
So move.
Second.
I have been moved and seconded. Discussion, seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to going home? No, we are adjourned. Thank you. Can I please see order from Board 3 at the podium, please?
Going well. This will probably be the last meeting I go to in 2 weeks. So I actually stuck my name. It's going well. I had an interview with Provo, the Kupo. So that's kind of